It's Owen from Real Social Dynamics. I'm sitting here in my home in the Hollywood Hills of Los Angeles. And what I want to talk to you about today is my friend Julian's new program, Transformation Mastery Academy. And in this video, what I want to do is tell you the craziest story about where this program came from and what you could expect if you were to indulge yourself and invest in yourself in this new program, Transformation Mastery Academy.
It's been the first time in over 10 years since my dad died that I actually felt like I did before.
I felt so much shame when it comes to being me. And now I don't feel that shame anymore.
So, as you know, my friend Julian hit the highest heights as far as women, fame, money. So he was basically on the wildest roller coaster ride of ego that you'd ever see, maybe around 2012, 2013, 2014. And then he hit into a media fiasco. And in this media fiasco, he became known by Time magazine as the world's most hated man. And he was ostracized, even kicked out of countries.
I see some comments from various people here about a fella called Julian Blanc.
Julian Blanc.
Julian Blanc.
Julian Blanc.
Julian Blanc.
Julian
You all
Blanc.
know who Julian Blanc.
Yes.
So, facing potentially the end of his career and his life being pretty much imploded, I watched Julian pretty much crush. So, I want you to think of your own life, just anything that's floored you, anything that just made you feel like your life is ruined right now. And think about what tools that it took for you to bring yourself back to life. And I can remember with Julian, even just trying to get him to record a video blog on Sunset Boulevard, he was so broken at that time that it would be difficult even just to walk down the street with him filming because he thought, oh, they're watching. And, he was basically in a state of PTSD. Now, one of the really interesting things about going through something like PTSD or extreme trauma is that you can recognize all of a sudden, wait a minute, even though I'm in this extreme version of being completely destroyed, most people in general are traumatized and are carrying around sort of what you call like a refrigerator hum of low vibration energy. And what that means is that you don't notice, and it's not because it's so constant, but you're always being manipulated by this sort of light level adrenaline or frustration or this like light level depression. And this is going to hit you on so many different levels. So, for example, you're probably aware of what it would take to get really, really successful in your life, right? You probably know it, and yet you just won't do it. For some reason, you just don't resonate with those things that would make you really, really successful. Or maybe you know certain foods that you could eat that would make you really healthy. I'm very fortunate. I haven't even had a common cold since 2012. And you know what these nutrient-dense foods are, but you just don't eat them when you should. Or maybe you're trying to learn about success with women and you know what it would take to approach. You know that if you just kind of joked around with the girl and had a good time and had a nice, light, pleasant energy, that you do very well with that girl. But there's something in you that keeps holding you back. And you'll see this even in self-development programs in general, where there can be a very low success rate because people come into an environment, they get pumped up, and then when they leave, they really just struggle to execute on what they learned. And really that's for two reasons. One is because they're carrying that light level trauma energy they don't even know about, and they don't even resonate with success. It's not even part of the reality. And of course the others, they're not in a supportive environment that kind of keeps them going all the time, long after the program, to sort of make success inevitable, right? Make it part of your culture. So Julian, I watched him get into things like trauma healing, energy work, and moving from a low vibration state into a more high vibration state. Now, if you've ever done pickup, as an example, and you've gone out to a bar, you might have noticed that if you just start approaching people, you get in this sort of high vibration state. You start laughing, you start having fun with people, the words just start flowing. You're not running out of things to say. You're not nervous anymore. You feel so joyful that you just want to go and approach people because you want to share that great energy. And you might have experienced that in, say, a bar or nightclub or out on the street in the daytime, and you've probably felt moments of it. But has it ever occurred to you that you could actually study how to permanently shift your state? And that doesn't mean that you'd be walking around, enlightened permanently or something like that, but you'd be a heck of a lot closer to it and a lot further away from the negativity than you realize could be possible. Now, this is also very important because what I've seen is a lot of my friends will get very, very rich, really rich. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Or they'll get very, very successful with the opposite sex in their dating life. Or everything just starts to go amazing. And one of two things happens. I've just seen this over and over. The first one is that they can't enjoy it. So they get to a point where their whole life they've been like, once I get successful, I'll be happy. When this happens, I'll be happy. I'm going to keep working until this happens, I'll be happy. They hustle. They try to get to that point. But once they get there, they've rewired the synaptic pathways in their mind to say, I'll be happy when. And that's the key here. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy once I get this goal, once I get that goal. I'm sitting here up in a big mansion in the Hollywood Hills, and I can promise you that even with this mansion, there's a better mansion up the street. And if you're to stay in that same mindset, well, once I get $1 million, once I get the mansion, well, guess what? What's going to happen then? You want a bigger mansion. You want more money. You want more success because you've programmed yourself that happiness is always a little ways away. And this really hits you even on a much deeper level because what starts to happen is that you're not actually operating at your peak anyway. So you're actually running down the street with this kind of backpack of cinder blocks on your bag and just sort of, trying to drag yourself up the street. And you're moving much more slowly, but you're telling yourself a fucking lie. And the lie that you're telling yourself is, I'm motivated by my discontent. My unhappiness motivates me. I wouldn't want to be happy because if I was happy, I wouldn't have the motivation to hustle this out every day. But if you were to do a real audit on how effective you actually are, let's say in a 10-hour workday, how many of those minutes you truly locked in and focused in the flow state, I would predict to you that there's still a lot to be desired there. And that's why in programs like Transformation Mastery and now Transformation Mastery Academy, this ongoing program that Julian's created, what we're encouraging you to do is to raise your state, get into a happy mood where it's like you're already making millions of dollars. It's like you're already having sex with the most attractive partners. You're already just crushing it in all these key aspects of your life. You're already feeling like that. And then from there, feeling like that, you feel drawn to things that genuinely excite you, what the real you wants to do, not the fake you, what you're telling yourself you want from social programming, but what the real you wants you to do in order to be happy in life. And what you'll see is that people will let go of baggage that has been hindering them for years. And it's really a shame whenever I see anybody not doing this. It really makes me sad because when you know about this stuff and you're watching somebody who hasn't been through it, you'll see that trauma energy that's running them. It's messing with their head. It's making them make really bad decisions. It's making them unhappy. And even when they get happy, like the best way I describe it to you is like they're moving through life. And when you're unhappy, you go way down like that. But when something good happens, you're like, then you move along. Something bad happens. Oh, no, right? Something good happens. And you tell yourself that it's going to be like this, but it's not. So you're really in this weird rat race where you're chasing after goals that you've been socially conditioned on and that the negative energy in you thinks will make you happy. Happiness is always outside of your grasp. Even if you got what you wanted, you wouldn't be happy. And you've rewired your brain to always put happiness at arm's length. So now, say you're trying to learn game, and you're going out, you're in this weird mood, and you're nervous, you're not operating properly, and then all of a sudden, that heavy energy is transmitting on the people around you, you're shoving people away, when in reality, going out and meeting girls can be very easy, it can be very fun. Making money can be very easy, it can be very fun when you have the energy. And when you see somebody who's solved this, or let's get away from solve it, but let's say when you see somebody who's really put in work on this, they've done the work of, say, something like Transformation Mastery, and you look at them in the pupil, you'll say to yourself, there's something different about this person that I'm seeing. Why can't I be more like them? They seem to have unlimited energy. They seem to just go. They seem to have it all figured out. Why don't I have it figured out? And really, a lot of these things that you're seeing that are confusing you can be answered. There's answers to this. And programs like Transformation Mastery Academy provide the answers to this, but more importantly, provides an ongoing culture of accountability and support to ensure that you're going to get this handled. So once Julian switched from just teaching, say, pickup or being a pickup artist to Transformation Mastery, I noticed a few different things. First of all, the responses that he's getting from the crowd is about 20 times or even 50 times what he used to get. I mean, the whole room is in tears of gratitude. They're thanking him profusely. Julian has become this self-help rock star. His programs are about 3 or 4 times as full as they used to be. And I mean, he's doing better than ever. It's really just amazing to watch his transformation. And funny enough, even the people who go through his program when they want to learn game or pickup, so to speak, they wind up doing a lot better as well. And that seems like a funny thing to think about. Like, why is it that if you did Transformation Mastery, you get so much better at game? Look, if you're a happy, outgoing guy and you're just walking up to people, talking to them, I think the response is pretty predictable. And when you're kind of you're carrying that refrigerator hum of negativity, I think the response is also kind of predictable. So that being the case, I wanted to introduce to you right now Julian's new program, Transformation Mastery Academy. The way that he's cut this out is in this new academy format where support is ongoing. The environment and the culture forces you to be successful. So what's going to happen is that every single month, you're going to be getting more content, and you're going to be part of a supportive tribe, part of a clique, our clique. And this is something that we value so much. We love our clique. And you're part of our clique, interacting with us, interacting with our coaches, and interacting with other people that are in the same mindset as yourself, and essentially forcing you to be successful. So I want you to imagine right now what your perfect program with ongoing support, a culture of accountability, and forcing you to be successful would look like. And this is something that Julian and I laid back and really backwards engineered using our many years of teaching in order to come up with for you. Now, you've got to understand that Real Social Dynamics, we've taught live events in 265 cities and 75 countries around the world. Hundreds of thousands of people face-to-face and millions online. I have watched Julian teaching his entire adult life. This is what we do. It's in our blood. We obsess over this. Me and Julian are hanging out. All we talk about is teaching. Okay, we had this client. What were his problems? How would we fix it? This is just a loop, ongoing base. Either we're joking around, just kind of clowning about stupid stuff, or we're talking about that. That's basically the loop that we're always talking about. And for that reason, we can post stuff online. We can post positive videos online for free because the proper premium program, our real product, the real program, is at such a higher level that if you've enjoyed the free videos, which are very informative and fun, and you take this program, it is so much further up the chain as far as value and what you'll get out of it and the transformation and change towards your goals that you're going to experience, that we know that the happiness rate on this is just so high, and we know that everybody's going to have an amazing time.
I had no way of being able to deal with that pain. I had no way of being able to handle it. And for the first time in my life, I finally feel an inner stillness and peace in myself.
That was amazing, just being able to finally find that root reason. I believe that's probably, man, I've been searching for a long time to try to find that root reason of why I think that's it right there, and it's amazing to share with you guys.
It's just the best experience of my life, what I just had today.
I didn't even know what was happening. Like, my hands were just shaking. And it was just like me being my authentic self.
I really want to thank each and every one of you out of the bottom of my heart. Thank you, guys.
This new program, Transformation Mastery Academy, is going to have 12 months of meditations, missions, content, accountability, book club, and webinar, and you are going to be immersed in an area that is truly going to change your life. Now, what I would ask you is, are you ready to change your life? Are you ready to say, you know what, I'm sick of the BS that I've been dealing with, and I don't want to be in this loop anymore. I want to go to the top of the food chain, learn from the people who are the most experienced, and go to the promised land. So that being the case, this is the kind of thing where I don't want you to be clawing around in the dark like we did for many years. I don't want you to have to go through these crazy ups and downs like what we've had to go through in order to come up with this. I also want to save you a lot of time. I mean, anytime that I say to Julian, tell me about all the books that you read and studied to create this thing, he's like, dude, just go through Transformation Mastery Academy. I mean, he's done so much research on this, and he's always emphasizing to me, bro, you could read like 5,000 pages in books to get 10% of what I would teach in this to get the general idea, or you can go through the program itself. I mean, this is really, if you value your time and you want to shrink your learning curve massively and just kind of pick this up quick and make it a part of your culture, if you want to kind of come into the cool kids club where when you see other people dealing with this, you're kind of like, holy, I don't want none of that, right? And you could just see it everywhere, and instead you're kind of riding above it and enjoying your life. This is a program that you need to sign up for today. I just want to announce this on this channel because it's so important to me. I want you to click the link below. Click the link right now. Click it and check out the website that is going to teach you so much more. And I want to see you inside the tribe of Transformation Mastery Academy. If you're ready for your life to change right now, we're going to see you on the inside. This is going to be like the party of the year. You're going to learn so much. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm so excited to meet you on the street or out and just look you in the eye, see the difference, see the change. I'm excited to see you out of the club, flying over the club, seeing you making progress in things like game and money making in these other areas more quickly. If you value your time and you want to go to the experts that have made it their mission to get you to the promised land, to get you from here to here fast, then click the link below right now, see what the fuss is about, see what all these people are ranting and raving about, and how it's your turn to get the benefit from this. You owe this to yourself. Click the link, join the tribe, Transformation Mastery Academy. I'll see you inside. Let's do it.